a secret. The ranger said that there are a lot of sunny days, and that whole, only 30% of people who come to Denali National Park get to actually see the mountain range. Yeah, that's not quite accurate. That's a sales gimmick. Lots of people get to see it. So, still, I am very, very happy that I got a clear day. But this Alaska range is so beautiful. There we go. Breaking the road so you can see it. See, if you get too close, you're not going to get the whole range. So I keep trying to show the whole vista, but it's hard. Look at that! Oh, I hope that one comes out anyway. So incredible. Good morning. I made it. This is the summit. This is my Mount Everest. And this is Denali. Pretty exciting. I have been so lucky all morning getting to watch Denali. Blue skies, perfectly clear. It's been beautiful. My photographs are terrible, but this is beautiful. So here I am. Let's go see the park. This is Denali. This is the park road. I'm only allowed to drive in about 14 miles to Savage River. Or the Mission Vista. Is it Vista? Whatever she told me yesterday. So I am coming up on the visitor center and the train depot apparently. I just thought I would. Oh, there's the green bus. That's a hop on, hop off. Oh, that's the Savage River shuttle, which is free. And I could park back at the bus depot and take their bus. But I really want to drive the park. So, anyway, you can see a little sign which way to go, and I'm gonna drive because that's what I want to do. So, here we go. Savage River. Probably gonna be following that green bus all the way up. Or maybe not. Anyway, I just thought I would film a little of this. See the wildflowers. There's the visitor center over there. Little hikes around here, but honestly, you know me, it's all about the drive for me. It's all about being in my personal space, not surrounded by other people, not at the schedule of other people. So I am really okay with just this. It took me 3.5 hours to get from Talkeetna. That included a 5-minute stop to top off my gas and another 5-minute stop waiting for a pilot car. But other than that, I was pretty much doing the speed limit, and it was still 3.5 hours. So just be aware. Google doesn't quite have their timing down. Wildflowers. the vista. The park has, you can't tell right on this stretch, but the trees have really started to thin out, which you can see straight ahead on those hills. And it just becomes this expansive, stunning vista. Denali is massive and beautiful. We're getting up above the alpine tree line. Sauvage. I'm giving him a ride. Move, and I'll get over. So that car has two young people in it, cousins, who are here in Denali, and they were hitchhiking a ride, which worked out perfectly because, you know, it's just a couple miles between these, but they didn't want to wait for the bus. And so I ended up getting their parking spot in a completely filled parking area. So now I am at the Savage River, and I'm gonna walk the Savage River Loop, at least part of it. The tiny parking lot, the vista, and that bridge leads off into the park where you see that kiosk. You are not allowed to go beyond that unless you have a special camping permit. And this then is the Savage River. Let's go. Okay, just to say I did it. I'm gonna hike part of this. So I wanted to see how really steep it is. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, these steps are super steep. And that already hurt my knees. But I wanted to come up a little bit at least to get the vista there. I'm gonna hike up at least part of it, see what's what. I mean, it's not like it's a difficult hike, but it's a little chilly. A little chilly. Anyway, it's pretty. It is pretty here. I got so lucky picking up those kids. They weren't kids, they were young adults. Anyway, let's go on that hike. Oh, this is a beautiful trail with all these wildflowers. I want to say these are potentilla, like what I have in my own yard. But I can't be sure. I'd have to look at that signboard again to see what there is. But gosh, just look at that. Here, let me see if I can get that trail in better. Ah, this is my kind of trail. Here the trail has gained a little elevation. Not much. Just enough to give you an overview of that river. Look at those alpine trees. Yes, they call it the Savage Alpine Trail, the one that is 4 miles, which goes up that rock face and then further on. The kids I picked up said it took them 3 hours, and they're young and fit, so 3 hours to do that trail. That's why they were hitchhiking a ride back up to where they parked their car. But this is exquisite. Undulating trail next to this just exquisite river. Really pleasant. Look, waterfalls. Kidding. Okay, now I will be honest, there are parts of this trail which are a little muddy, a little slick, so Hiking boots are a good choice. That is caribou scat. So they are on the search for caribou because deer are not in this area. Yes, it's getting a little, not rough, but more scree-ish. Gotta watch where you're walking here. But then you look up. Wow. Gorgeous. Well, now this is obviously a hot spot for avalanches. Coming all the way down here, as is evidenced by that boulder. More trail. Well, right up there at that bend, you can see where the bridge is and where the turning around point is. Just gorgeous. Here we are at the midway point. Looks like the river sweeps around that rock, jutting out, that brown and blackish rock, down a more narrow canyon. This has truly been an exquisite walk. The other side looks a lot flatter, but at least then I can look over at the dramatic side. So let's walk onto the bridge. Here we go. And that's where it ends, or that's where it moves on, but without us, because look how narrow it gets. Wow. Just beautiful. This other side is definitely not quite as hilly. Boy, you get 10 feet away from that river and you can, it's like it disappears, sound-wise anyway. Just as dramatic a canyon on this side. Well, I don't know why, but you can see the car park up there. The walk back was much quicker than the walk out, and that may be because it's not quite so up and down. You can see on the other side, a little more challenging. So, in the spirit of, full disclosure, there are parts like this that you just have to muddle your way through. Haha, get it? Muddle. Yep. If you did the loop, this is what the other side looks like. This is a spruce bark beetle devastation. Yep, that's what happens. It's not a forest fire. These beetles come in and they are just killing so much. This is it, end of the walk. I have to go across the bridge up there, but you can see there is my RV. Now, why is my hood up? It's not because it's cold. The temperature difference between closer down to the bridge, dramatically different. It's warm here, so, but this is for the mosquitoes because they got bad all of a sudden. All right, Denali is huge. I'm glad I got to see this 15 miles of it. Glad I got to see Denali this morning, unobstructed. It lives on in my memories now. What a perfect end to this Alaskan part of the journey. Because everything from here on out is the journey home. End of a perfect day. I'm going to go down to the, it's not the end of the day, but it's the end of the hike. Going to go down to the visitor center now and get my magnet, of course, and also see what's there. I hope you can see it. I'm on a cliff edge. Look at that trestle train track. Oh my gosh, I hope it's not too far away. I just heard the train blow its whistle. Wouldn't it be awesome if it were going across? But that is so cool. Oh, and now it's gone. Oh my goodness. I never do have much luck when it comes to filming. I need my cameraman with me. Well, I'll let it run anyway. This is the road down. And this is a 10% grade. I mean, obviously not right here, but I was just on a 10% grade. Darn it. Well, I hope you got some of that train track, because that was very, very cool. This is almost out of the park, so down where all the trees are. Well, there are a lot of people here. This is an entire campus. They don't just call it a visitor center, but a lot of people here. I'm really, really glad that I went up to do the hike first and came here on the way out. So I wasn't sure how long it was going to take anyway. So this is the Denali Visitor Center. It's big. Wow, this is really big. I guess they have a lot of... Oh, wow, aren't those beautiful? Look at all that beading. Huh. Anyway, you can plan your hike. You can see a movie. You can see... Is that a sheep or a ram? Nope, it's a sheep. They're doll sheep, D-A-L-L. Oh, nice diorama. Wow. Look at this. This thing is huge. Wow. For perspective, I mean, it's up on a stand, obviously, but it's a big thing. Wolves, ravens everywhere. This is what I wanted to see. The bear. What a fun diorama they've got here. Look how big this park is. Wow. I only went that far, and that's how big the park is. So you can tell I didn't do very much. Oh my goodness. This is an amazing place. Now, I was so fortunate that I drove up, I don't know if you can see it anyway, that yellow line. I drove up and I got a view of Denali all the way in for 2.5 hours. I got those views and it was extraordinary. Good afternoon. I am here at Riley Creek Campground, and this is what all campgrounds in Alaska should look like. I mean, there is so much space, so many trees. Oh my goodness. I don't know why they don't do this. Anyway, I've got a little campfire stove and a picnic table. Probably won't use them because, you know, I don't really care for the bugs, but what a beautiful view I will have all day long. So, there it is. Riley Creek Campground.